Hi everyone, Ian Miller here at Orange County National, and today I want to go over a few simple setup primers to help you to get set well in the start of your swing, and then a couple of my favorite takeaway feels and drills, something to be aware of as you start your golf swing. So what are we looking for in setup? What do I typically go over with players to make it as simple as possible to get into that start position? So if we stand nice and tall from face on, we're just going to pay attention to having the feet turned out a little bit, ankles under armpits. From down the line, you'll see better. What I want a player then to do next is to stand as tall as they can, so long as they can, from tailbone to the top of the head. And then from a rib cage position, we're going to make sure we're not overextending there. We're going to make sure those ribs are actually sat down. So a nice way to do that is to take a nice long exhale usually, and then together match that with that long spine feel from tailbone to the top of the head. So from there, what we're going to do to move into our start position and maintain that spine position is soften our knees just a touch, take our hands, put them behind our pelvis, and from there we're going to push straight back into our setup posture. And that little exercise there, going through it all, maybe 10 times a day or before you go out and play there, you'd be surprised over, a week or two how much better you're going to start standing over the golf ball. And that's really going to give you more opportunity to move well in your golf swing. So there's the setup cues that I got for you for today. Here's two of my feels that I would present to players to help them with the start of their golf swing. So with most players, it's typically helping them to get that rib cage moving in the start of the swing, and then getting them to match their arms to that rotation of the rib cage. Always putting a little bit of focus on the club face, because if we keep the club face pretty well matched as well in the start of the swing, it's just super helpful. Okay, so I'm going to do drill number one from face on to help us to do that. If we go through our setup, obviously make sure that we're in the posture that we want. And if we go take our start position, right hand off, I'm going to make an L shape with my thumb and index finger and put it on my chest and my bicep. So as we rotate, we don't want too much pressure there. So we're matching our arms with our rib cage rotation, and we're going to take it to about this position here, and then just check that the face is about in the same position as our spine. So I'll go this way to show you guys that. Again, super good job of takeaway start position, and then from there, as we rotate, allow the club face to be about the spine angle. Left arm is somewhat along the toe line, and the rib cage has moved, so I've maintained this L position. If I put my right arm on, you can see there's quite a bit of space for me between my right elbow and my lower right rib cage. So in that start of the swing, we haven't lost that space. We've allowed the rib cage to move, we've allowed the upper body to move, and we've got that club face in a good position with a lot of room for our arms. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is a right-sided feel and something to be aware of. So again, into our posture there, in our takeaway, if you like the two hands on more, our checkpoint is going to be, again, the face being a little bit turned down. The only real no-go for me is getting the face too much open. You can be turned down more that way than getting the face too much open for me. Okay, so face just matched up a little bit, matched up to the spine or around about there. Right elbow is staying in front of the seam of the shirt. So you could literally work in a mirror at home, making sure that there's not too much going on through the hands as we do this, and making sure the face is good and right elbow is staying in front of the seam of the shirt. They're the two feels that I got for you today in the takeaway. Match them with working on that setup posture, and I'm pretty confident that if you are consistent with that approach, then over time you're going to be in a better position to hit good shots and you're going to see more good shots.